Say it's a big hit this summer. Wonder Woman is taking over movie theaters, but as you may know, this female superhero got her start on the written page. So our book and entertainment critic Gwen Reyes joins me live this afternoon for today's Wednesday's read, and we're talking, Gwen, about a book that sort of complements the movie,
It
right?
absolutely does. It's a great companion for viewers who loved the movie this weekend. I actually got to see it twice.
Two times
I've seen it, and this is called Wonder Woman: The Art and Making of the Film. So it's got lots of pictures from the set, following behind Patty Jenkins, who is the first woman to direct the first Wonder Woman movie. This is the first time it's ever been made in 75 years. She's only the second woman director of any superhero film, and she has now the most successful women-directed film of all time.
Good for her. We're hearing a lot about, you know, girl power, women power, just in the characters and even the behind the scenes of making the film. So I'm curious to know, from your perspective, after reading that book, did you learn something interesting that may surprise people?
What I thought was really interesting, and they spent a lot of time taking pictures of them, is that they actually used for the Amazons real women athletes.
Oh, wow.
And so all of these extras that were there, they weren't just like models or something. They were actually women
who were legit,
who have trained, who have done, probably lifted way more weight than I have ever lifted in my entire life. And it was awesome. And so you get a little bit of time, you get to have interviews with them, and basically just kind of following behind the scenes of the production of the film.
Interesting how it stays true to the concept and the storyline of the actual, I guess, comic books narrative, and now the actual movie in itself, right?
And it's just so interesting because it doesn't take place in America, which I thought was a very interesting turn. It's all World War I, but you spend half of the film with these Amazonian women, and they're just so inspiring and wonderful and fabulous. And it's really cool is that they're actually doing, a couple of theaters are doing women-only screenings of the film tonight.
That's right, and you're hosting one of them, aren't you?
I am hosting one of them over at the Alamo Drafthouse in Dallas, and it's all sold out, and this was a big controversy the last couple of weeks because men were very offended.
We know. I'm wondering, do you think that maybe contributed to people actually going out and seeing the film?
So,
of course, it's a great, you know.
It's actually a good movie, but I do think that kind of helped kind of push it. So I think it was an unintended consequence from the Alamo Drafthouse, but that's really cool.
Going back to the book for a second, do we hear anything from the superstar herself, the Wonder Woman herself?
Oh yeah, they do have an interesting interviews with Gal in the film or in the book, and I thought that was really great because there's a little bit just more details about her experience and coming into this, because we saw a little peek of her in Batman vs Superman, but this is the first time that she's got to anchor an entire film.
This is really eye-opening for a lot of people who aren't familiar with her, because as we've kind of said,
I didn't know anything about Wonder Woman.
She's relatively new onto the scene, so
and she's brand new. She was an Israeli soldier who then also was a model. All people in Israel have to do their 2 years of military service. So she's out there, she's kicking butt just like everybody else on the film.
She has a fascinating story, and we thank you for giving us a little insight on how exactly that movie made it to the big screen with this new book. Thank you, Gwen.
Thanks, Alicia.
Jason?
Hey, Gwen, do you host